Hi, and welcome to video 2 for your
Number
Kids
2.
Fest volunteer training. So glad you're here. We're going to take this time to talk about the team of people that you're going to be working with this week. The first person we want to introduce you to, who you probably already know because she handles all of the adult volunteers and your application and getting you set up, is our Kids Fest director, Cindy Runco. She's fantastic. She has boundless amounts of energy, and she literally knows everything about Kids Fest. Every single tiny little detail. She knows in and out. She has been leading Kids Fest so well over the past few years, and we are so blessed to have her back this summer.
The second person we want you to know and be familiar with is Russ Brasher. Russ is the Director of Student Ministries here at Orchard Hill, and he is directly overseeing all of our summer staff. And our summer staff are high school leaders who are paid staff, and they are dealing with and leading the Kids Fest campers. And so Russ is directly overseeing those staff, and so he will be dealing with a lot of the camper issues, a lot of parent issues, any staff issues will all go through Russ Brasher.
Third person you need to know is Brian Schramm, A, part leprechaun, B, he's also in charge of our operations team, and that is the team of folks who keep our facilities and our grounds looking pristine. So he's on a radio. Fun fact, you as a volunteer are not in charge of restocking toilet paper or fixing bathroom issues or mowing the grass. You're welcome. It's Brian and his team.
Fourth is not an actual person, but is a group of 3 people. It is Michelle Simon, Morgan Lauer, and Tess Wright. And those 3 will be heading up our Bible Blast and Bible Story team and our teaching team. And so those 3 are going to be in charge of planning all of the content and curriculum, along with Emily Roberts, who will be leaving us on maternity leave very shortly, which is very exciting. But those 3 will be heading up the curriculum, content, and the storytelling of Bible Blast and Bible Story.
And the last people you need to know are us. Look at these faces. Jenna, Evan. We lead the middle school volunteers, and those are the fantastic, absolutely fantastic humans that you get to work alongside of if you are getting the chance to be in free choice or arts and crafts. So any issues you have with middle schoolers, any just amazing things you want to tell us about them, we probably already know because we are their biggest fans. But that's us. That's our job here at Kids Fest.
So the next logical question is, well, who's in charge of you? Who do you come to directly with questions about things, concerns, or if you need direction on what you're supposed to do? So at the first volunteer meeting in the morning of Monday, you will be introduced to your area leader. Area leaders are oftentimes also volunteers, but have just been involved in Kids Fest for a long time and have just taken a role of leadership because they just have a pretty good idea of how it's supposed to run. So we give them a lot of freedom in running their area how they feel is best, because sometimes and a lot of the time they know a lot more than we do. So your area leader is going to be the first line of defense there, and then on top of that is again Cindy Runco, who is just running Kids Fest.
Mm-hmm. And you'll know your area leaders because they'll be wearing vintage shirts, so that they can get picked out in an emergency or just if you need help from them. I did mention our operations team. They are so fantastic. Here's what you need to know about how to get a hold of the operations team. Is everybody that is on staff, our interns and our leadership team, we all have radios. And those operations team members are ready they're going to refill the water jugs. They're going to restock toilet paper. They are going to clean up messes if they happen. And so the cool thing about that is you don't have to do it because they're like the sniper team of cleaning.
Just come in and get it done.
Maybe not sniper. That's not the word. SWAT team.
SWAT team.
They're much more like a SWAT team.
That was a good way to say it. One thing, too, we want to touch on really quick is if you are working in free choice or arts and crafts, you're going to be directly working with and overseeing a group of middle school students. And we love middle school students. They are going to come. They're going to be excited, motivated, and just all around fun. Middle schoolers are so fun. And we're just so thankful that you have the opportunity to work with them. When we are talking to them, when we're training them, we're definitely telling them, you are working alongside these adults. The adults are not working for you. They're not supposed to do all of the hard labor. Although we would like you to model what is great leadership behavior there for running our activities. Our middle schoolers, we're telling them to look to you and to try to model what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. So help them out. They'll help you out. It's going to be a good team. The rest of the people on your team are your other adult volunteers. I love it whenever people serve at Kids Fest and they're able to just make some really good friends and connections with the folks that they are serving with. So do feel free to take some time to get to know the other amazing people that are working alongside of you.
Yeah. And so the last category of people that you'll run into at Kids Fest are our interns. Our interns are college students who are paid staff at Orchard Hill for the summer. They've come home for the summer to work for Kids Fest, and they're just an awesome bunch of people who are really doing some great work this summer.
They really are. And I don't know how interns, what connotations that word comes up with for you, but they don't run and get us coffee. They're not doing grunt work. These are people who we trust a lot. And they're given a lot of responsibility over the summer. And so even though they are in college, we've been giving them a lot of information. We've been pouring into them for the last month and a half-ish, and really equipping them with the knowledge that they need to be able to help you. So if you need anything, talk to an intern. They will also be wearing vintage shirts. Vintage. It might just be last year's. But we have 4 high school interns, 2 middle school interns, 1 photographer / videographer, 2 Kidsburg interns, 1 tech intern, and 3 folks who are on program team. And that's the team that's doing all the skits and things. There's a lot of folks, but they're all fantastic, and we're excited for you to get to know everybody.
Yeah. So thanks for letting us introduce you to the people you'll be around during Kids Fest, and we'll see you in the next video.